Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's gold hunting time. That's right, gold hunting time. I am going to be hunting for an ounce of gold. I got in a box from Bering Sea Paydirt, and these boxes, there are 200 of them, and 3 of those 200 will have an ounce of gold in it. So I figured, why not hunt for an ounce of gold? Now, I have reviewed Bering Sea Paydirt previously, and I think in that 200 batch run, there was only one winner with an ounce of gold. So this time I had 3 times the odds, but I did order this in my name because I originally did not plan on shooting a video. I just was going to pan it out for some fun, but I needed to fill a spot for this week's video. So why not record it, let you watch me pan it out, and maybe you'll see, as I do, if I win an ounce of gold. Now, I don't think I'll win an ounce of gold, but you'll still get to see if I do or don't. But before that, let's flash up the description for this box of Paydirt, and then we're going to go to the overhead, we're going to open it up, show you what's inside, and then we're going to classify it down. As you saw in the description, at the time I bought this Paydirt, there was still 2 1-ounce bags left. But unfortunately, they don't tell you how many bags have sold. You can't go to the cart system and try to add 200 bags and have it deny it and tell you there's only 150 left. It will actually let you add 10,000 of these to the cart. So they don't actually have an inventory system on their shopping cart. So I don't know if 1 box was sold or 198 were sold and the last 2 had 1 ounce. It also doesn't give you an actual weight on the material, but we're going to weigh it up anyway. And let's open it up and see what's inside. So it does come bubble wrapped. Now, bubble wrap, in my opinion, does not really do anything to protect the bag. Most of the time, if these bags break, it's because they are either punctured or it had too much air and then pressure on it pops the bag. So it wouldn't actually stop anything from leaking. But there's the Paydirt. Also comes with a vial and some stickers. Got 2 stickers in this box. Last one only had 1. So it does include some stickers as well as the gold mining certificate of authenticity. Again, I wish they numbered these. It would mean a little bit more if it was numbered so-and-so out of 200, but it does come with this as well. Now let's weigh up this Paydirt, see how much we have to work with here. Now again, they only say the box weighs 2 pounds, so 1 pound, 8.5 ounces. Let's open this up, see what we're going to be panning out. Maybe we'll just see a big old 1 ounce nugget in here. I didn't see a lot of gold in there. I only saw 1 little piece. I will rinse this out before the end. But material looks exactly like it did in the review I did of this Paydirt. All my mostly small stuff in here. A few bigger pieces. I am going to classify this down just to see. But I don't expect too much gold in any of the larger material. Even if this was the 1 ounce bag, I think most of it will still be smaller gold. So let's go classify it down just to see what categories this material comes in. Okay, all done classifying, and that did not take much time because, as you can see, almost all the material is in the lower 2 classifications, -20 and -40. There is a little bit in the +10 and in the -10. I did see a piece or 2 in the -10, so I'm pretty sure I'll find some gold in there, but I think the majority of it will be in here. Whether or not it'll be ounce, I'm not so sure, but the only way to find out is to go pan it out. So let's go listen to some music and pan all this material out. So have my water, have my pan, have all of my material here, and I also am wearing my This Is My Lucky Gold panning shirt. I forgot to mention it earlier in the video, but I wanted to mention it before I actually started panning because I'm going to need all the luck I can to hopefully find that 1 ounce of gold. So let's get started panning and see if this shirt works. Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and that's some pretty difficult stuff to pan out. Now, I know I forgot to use a magnet on it earlier in the video, and that's what happens when you're not doing an official review. You forget stuff, but let's just show you the gold I found. In the plus 10, nothing, not even one little piece, but I really didn't expect to find anything. As you saw, there was really no material in there, and I would have just been able to pick out anything that was in there. So not upset that I didn't find anything. But in the minus 10 plus 20, I did find some gold. Almost 20 pieces in there. Nice little pile. In the minus 20 plus 40, even more gold. A really nice shiny pile. And lastly, in the minus 40, even more gold, but not much. It's kind of disappointed in that there wasn't more in the minus 40 because there was a lot of material to pan out for that little amount of gold. So let's turn on the scale and start weighing it all up. The minus 10. .18. Now again, this bag has no guaranteed amount of gold in it, so I'm not really sure what this is going to total up to. 0.755. And lastly, minus 40. Be lucky if this budges the scale. And nope. So let's just add it all up. No, it did budge the scale. I just had, oh no, it didn't. Just me moving around, bumping stuff. .950 grams. Now for this Eroica bag from Bering Sea Paydirt, this stuff is pretty hard to go through because there is over a pound of material and almost all of it is in the minus 20 classification and below. And while it is heavy in black sands, what isn't black sands is very small beach garnet sand. So it's a really hard bag to go through. So for a beginner, I'm going to give this a hard. For an advanced panner, I'm going to give it a medium, but it is very high up on the scale. And for an expert panner, I'm going to give it a medium, but it's really low on the scale. If you just take a little bit of time, you'll be able to pan it out pretty quickly. And now let's get to the ROI and the non-review. All right, finished calculating my ROI and calculating my numbers. And while this is not an official review, I will be giving you all the numbers just as if it was, because I want to compare this bag to the bag I reviewed about 8 months ago, and I want to see if they've improved or they've gone downhill any. This again was from BeringSeaPaydirt.com. It was a Eroica bag, 1 of 200. It's their newest batch, where 3 of the 200 bags would have an ounce of gold. Now its cost was $150. Shipping was free, so the total cost should have been $150. But I did use a 10% discount code by subscribing to their email, so my total cost was $135. Now the gold I recovered right here, 0.950 grams. And I did test out one of the little bitty pieces on there, and it tested out at 18 to 22 carats. The gold spot on the day that this Paydirt was received was $63.58, making this gold worth $60.40. So I ended up with an ROI of 44.74%, or on my scale, a 4.5. And I have to say, I'm really not happy with that. That's a horrible ROI when you're spending $135. It's even worse if you're spending $150. I would have only gotten a 40% ROI if I would have paid full price. And it's even more disappointing when in my original review of them, I got a 67% ROI off a bag, which really wasn't that great. Again, spending $150, but it was acceptable. This is just a travesty that I've lost 20% ROI 8 months later from what I was getting before. Now for fun factor, I'm going to drop this down to a 3 from the standard 4.5. And there's two reasons for that. One is there really wasn't that much fine gold in this material, and there's a lot of -40 material to be panning out for something that really doesn't even budge the scale. And the other reason is because of the 1 ounce gold that they offer in this material. I originally thought, and even going into this, and as you saw earlier in the video, I thought that I would be panning out something and maybe find that 1 ounce of gold. But I did a little bit of research after I panned it out and realized I didn't win the ounce of gold. So I looked, and it's golden tickets. They put a golden ticket in a box that is a winner. And that to me is really ruined the fun factor. If you open a box like I did and there's no ticket, you immediately are going to know you're just going to get a horrible ROI, which is what I got. So I'm dropping the fun factor down to a 3, and it probably should be even lower than that when you're spending $150 to get a 44% ROI. So for fun factor, they're getting a 3. For Paydirt description, they're getting a 6. It's essentially the exact same description they had last time I reviewed them, except for they changed the number of winners from 1 to 3. For quantity and packaging, they're getting a 10. It does come really well packaged, and you do get what they state in the description. For customer service and shipping, they're also getting a 10. This box actually shipped out really quick. They had a notice on their website that they weren't shipping at that time, and I did plan on getting it, and it showed up anyway. And the customer service has been pretty good to me so far. I have messaged them a few times on Facebook, and I've had a friend or two message them on Facebook as well, just to see how quickly they reply, and they're usually pretty quick. In the end, this new Eroica bag, 1 of 200, is getting a total score of 6.7. Now again, this is not an official review. I won't actually put it listed in my reviews. It will be somewhere else in my catalog. But again, I really wanted to see if they had improved since my last video. While I am really glad they took out the really cheap magnifying glass that had no real purpose in the box, I'm even more disappointed the fact that they put less gold in each box now. So unless you're one of the 3 winners of the 1 ounce of gold, the other 197 who purchase this Paydirt, in my opinion, are going to get skunked. It's just horrible. I know there's a lot of sellers out there who sell over 200 bags of Paydirt every single month. And the fact that this didn't sell out in a few months tells you that not that many people really enjoy these chase bags. Because, yeah, if you're one of the 3 lucky people and you win an ounce of gold, hurrah for you, but the other 197 will be disappointed, and there's much better Paydirts out there to buy. So unless Bering Sea Paydirt starts offering bags of Paydirt with a guaranteed set amount of gold in it, I will not be back to ever buy another bag of this Paydirt again, because they're going in the opposite direction of where they should. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.